right, everyone, welcome to the Absolute BS podcast. I'm your host, William McCarthy, and today I have a very special guest for you today. My old platoon leader. He's been a huge mentor to me throughout my whole military career. I'm super excited. If this is the first time you've watched my podcast, make sure you bring a notebook because you're about to get schooled today with some knowledge. So, Samuel Everett, thank you for being on this podcast with me today, man.
Thanks for having me.
I start every podcast asking 4 questions. There's usually just random questions I came up with, but this time I did something a little different, and I got some questions from your old soldiers. So you ready?
Okay.
All right. So the first question is from Lemansky. He wants to know 1 to 3 hobbies you've picked up since being out of the military.
I would say financial literacy, patience, definitely as a hobby and as a virtue, and definitely pick back up. I guess one of my passions, real estate investment.
Awesome. Second question is from Arizari. He wants to know what's your fondest memory of Germany?
I would have to say, man, when for me, I would say getting everybody back. You know what I'm saying? When we when we came back from 5 Justice, that last go round, that was it. Because we were divided, and split up. So I would say, everybody coming back unharmed, not hurt, nobody died. That was a definitive moment for me.
Awesome. This one comes from Frank Irvin. He wants to know how you've been doing.
Oh, man. Hey, just making it and surviving. I guess we actually about to get into that. So, yeah.
And this one's for me. I have to ask this. I wanted to know. So when things were tough out there, when we were deployed or whatever, you never showed any weakness. I wanted to know, who did you go to when things were when you were struggling, if you ever were? Who was like the person you relied on? Because as you know, in the military, we complain upwards. We never complain down. Right. So I wanted to know who is like your rock when you're out there?
Well, I'm about to say right off the bat, I had my own chain of command, you know what I'm saying? God first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? I prayed constantly, you know what I'm saying, for our safety and everything. And and he's yet to fail me. And then I would say underneath that, it would be First Sergeant Mr. Became Sergeant Major Mr. At Fort Gordon, retired now. And then, of course, can't do nothing without your left and right hand. So that would definitely have to be Rivera and Justin, you know what I'm saying? That was my sword and my shield, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that would be it right there.
Awesome. All right, so I want to start from the beginning. You were born in Philadelphia?
Yes. Born and raised.
Born and raised in Philadelphia. What was your childhood like in Philadelphia?
Oh, man. I guess, the typical, grew up in the projects, single mother, trying to raise me, crazy single child. No father on the scene at the time and everything, and it was just me and her, for most of my early childhood. Grew up in Bartram Village. I don't think it's called that anymore, but grew up in Bartram Village, and then from there we went to, what was it? I think it was Tilden Middle School. Then we moved from there, I think, to like our first home. You know what I'm saying? My mother met my now father. And moved there and went to Overbrook. So, typical childhood, had friends, went out. I was a fat child, as most people might remember and everything, and was it more to be obese, but bad enough, you know what I'm saying? And introverted, still am. I was an artist. When I drew. That's why when I saw Lemansky's video, that definitely resonated with me and everything. I was actually supposed to be an art teacher. That's what I was going to go to be in high school, but things took a different turn.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in high school, you did a lot of art stuff too?
Yeah, I went to Overbrook High School. All right, they had an art magnet program and everything. And I was actually I got a scholarship to go to Carnegie Mellon to do art and everything. And for those that don't know Overbrook, just a little thing about Brook, that's Will Smith went to Overbrook.
Oh,
and everything.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I saw him. I was a freshman and he was a senior, and he came to my class like one time. And yeah, that was something. But yeah, went there to become an art teacher, and I was going to go to Carnegie Mellon, but I got a partial scholarship, and they just wasn't going to cut it. So parents are going to put the house up. We're going to do all the things that parents do to try to to help the child succeed and whatnot. And but at that time in high school, I had finally lost the weight. Through drastic means, man. Lost the weight. I had a girlfriend and all this other mess, and I got caught up. Got her pregnant with my daughter. My daughter's name is Jessica, and got her pregnant, and all at the same time. So some of the choices had to be made. I remember I was in my room and I heard my parents talking about what they want to do, how they want to handle this, and all of this mess. And that's at an early age, that was not for y'all to handle. That just all of this is me. You know what I'm saying? I bought this on myself, so no, I'm gonna handle this. So that's kind of how I led to the military.
Do you have any family that was in the military?
Oh man, I have uncles that's been in the military. I actually have an uncle named Uncle Sam. He was our first example of the military, Uncle Sam. And I have a cousin. I have a cousin in the military right now. And my son. I have a son. He's in the military. He's a tanker at Fort. What's that? Bennett.
Wow. So where did you go to basic training?
Fort Jackson.
Fort Jackson, relaxing Jackson.
Yeah, first time I ever flew on a plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you went to Fort Jackson, and I wanted to know. So coming through the ranks from E1 to E4, who were some of your mentors that made you like who you are as a leader?
A lot of people say that they've had some terrible mentors, and they had a terrible career, and have a lot of negative things to say about the military. I'm gonna tell you, I was very blessed, man, from Jump Street. I've always had really great leaders, man, take interest in me, try to teach me things. I was always willing to do so, always, took an active interest in what was going on. I mean, even from basic training, my drill sergeant, man, we had like four, I think we had four of them. But one in particular was like the head drill sergeant. His name was Drill Sergeant Boatwright. All right. I mean, straight out of a nightmare, right? And funny story, here my daughter was born, and while I was in basic training, all right, and we were on restriction and everything, and I mean, we had nothing, man. We had nothing at all, and I didn't think he was going to tell me. I had no idea. I knew we was getting close, and everything. But I mean, we got smoked. I think we was at the hand grenade range, man, and we screwed up, and he smoked us. He was just terribly upset with us, man. Had us low crawling in the middle of the street. Okay. All right, in the middle of the street, waiting for the bus to come back. All right, and then when he saw headlights coming over the hill, like, all right, get up, get your ass to the side of the road. All that type of shit. And then as soon as the bus passed by the car, he put our ass right back down in the street, face forward, face front, man, on that yellow strip. And but beyond all of that, that same night, he came and woke me up in the middle of the night, and told me don't say nothing. And he brought me downstairs to let me know that my daughter was born and everything. And then and believe it or not, I swear, throughout my military career, this man has popped up. and he's always dropped a nugget of knowledge or wisdom on me. And as he was there the very first day, being basic training, man, he was actually when I retired at Fort McPherson, he was working the gate, and scared the shit out of me. It was like I mean, it looked the same too after all those years, man. You know, it was like a Sarah Connor, you know, Terminator moment, you know. But I mean, I remember sitting there and people was beeping at me, you know, my car to pull forward, you know how you know. But yeah, he was one, and definitely first sergeant mister. And like I said, I've just been blessed with good leaders throughout my career, you know what I'm saying? And I've been, you know, coherent enough to stop and listen.
Yeah. I wanted to know what was a difference from your first deployment? Actually, first I want to know, how many deployments did you end up having?
I want to say I did one. I want to say 4. I want to say it was 4 total. The first one, Bosnia. Yeah, we went to Bosnia. That was my first one. That was a peacekeeping mission. Yeah, then Iraq, and yeah, so forth and so on. And then the stuff I did as a civilian. Yeah.
What was some of the differences from previous deployments to the one me and you were on? Was there a lot of different changes, or was it?
Bosnia was a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? I was a young corporal, you know, just getting my first chance, opportunity to show what I got.
Yeah.
So that was a learning experience. And I would say that very last deployment, you know, the last one we went on, not the 15-month one. I'm talking about the very last one. That was like the report card. You know what I'm saying? That was like, okay, everything, you know, that you learned to this point, you know, from everybody, you know, and the things that, you know, you learn some things are good and you keep those. And then there's some things that's bad and you eject those. And then, you know, you take from that and that's who you become, you know. And, but I would say, yeah, that last deployment was like the graduation for everything that I've learned. And that was, like I said, that was like the most special one, you know, because of all the bits and pieces to it, you know what I'm saying? It was, and believe it or not, I think it was the culmination for a lot of folks, man. It made it was a big thing, you know, as you look back on it, it was a good thing. So yeah, I think that was like my that was the one. That was the big one.
Yeah, I can definitely speak for that. And it was awesome because for me, and I know everyone in your platoon, we could all sit and say, well, like, we were a family. You know what I'm saying? It was
yeah.
Like, we were.
Yeah, you know, we were tight, man. I mean, you know, I think I look back, you know, the field exercises and everything building up to that, and I mean, I just had some great NCOs, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. I mean, I can't remember all the names, man, but I mean, I just had some great NCOs, man, that cared about their soldiers. And when you got great NCOs, it just makes everything easy, man. And you know, and yeah, it was just the perfect storm, man. You know, it'll never happen again.
From like transitioning from like just being a squad leader to a platoon sergeant, how was that? Were you like nervous, or how was it? Because for me, I've only known you as a platoon sergeant, so at that time, how was that transition for you, changing from like being in charge of maybe 5 guys to everyone? You know, how was that for you?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the military was different, you know, back then when I was coming up. You know, right now, I mean, you know, guys coming up real fast. You know, they make it rank real quick. You know, you stayed at your rank for a while. You know, and I think that was always a good thing because you learn more. You know what I'm saying? I think you got a tighter grasp on how things worked and everything. And you know, since I wanted to know everything, you know, I was always plugging into stuff. So I would just say, you know, it's just help you become more. Damn, I lost track of the question, bro. Bring me back.
It's okay. I was asking, the difference between being in charge of a squad and then a whole platoon. Like, how was?
Well, yeah, they prepared you, man. Because of the assignments. And the thing is, you always found yourself doing the next thing, and you were immersed in it all the time. So that was a difference. It's different from a job that you come in and you work for a certain amount of hours a day. You know what I'm saying? You were always immersed in that. You was with these guys constantly. So you saw what the next level, you saw what the next level looked like. You saw what they were doing. You were helping them do it, So everything is kind of, and before you realize it, you were actually performing at that next level and didn't even realize it. But, your leadership did, your leadership does. And before, I was never that guy that, that was like, all right, I'm ready for that. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things you always had to be told, dude, you're doing it already, man. It's there. So it's just one of those things. It's just a progression thing over time. Yeah. Progression.
And so I want to transfer over to when we were at Justice together. I was at night. I worked, the entry control point, and then the Iraqi jail there. What was your responsibility when you were over there? Because I worked night, so I never saw you really.
Oh man, pretty much the day-to-day operations of the thing over there. That was a unique beast. That 5 Justice thing, and that select 3. I went, what was it, like 73 or 72 or something along those lines, man. Just thrown out there in that thing. Like I said, I felt like that was one of our crowning moments. But yeah, dude, everybody. We had been together for so long, man. Once we did our left, right seat ride and everything, and saw what those guys did, man. You guys was like viruses, man. Y'all just took to it and just went to it. So, pretty much, and like I said, it leads back to great NCOs. I was along for the ride, man. You know what I'm saying? And just try to make sure, try to give everybody, especially my NCO, the latitude to do what they need to do to get done what needed to get done, and I hope I did that. I believe we accomplished that, and even though we were scared to death, we went over there and we did that thing, what I'm saying, and it was cool. And by the way, on that, man, I don't know if you remember, it was an interpreter,
Ronnie.
Yeah, we had. I can't remember his name, man, but I want to say, man, like maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, this guy reached out to me, man, and I thought it was, some bullshit email or something, virus or some shit, but I read it, and it was him, and he explained it, and it came back to me. I'm like, damn, and he was out of living in Texas, man, doing well. But I just wanted to interject that, but I cannot remember the guy's name.
Because he hit me up too.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's like, he joined the army and stuff. I was just like, he's like, he remembered me from being over there. When we do like missions around the wire, we'd have to like wear my bulletproof vest, and because he didn't have any, so our job was Rivera would literally be like, McCarthy, your job is if they're shooting at us, they shoot at you because we need him. I was like, okay, I guess so.
That sounds like Rev. Yeah.
So I wanted to know, how was your transition getting out of the military? How was that like for you?
Oh man, I retired after that deployment and everything. I left, and I was stationed at Fort McPherson in Atlanta and everything, and I was working there, and I kind of reconnected with some of my entrepreneurial roots and whatnot. The base is pretty much run by reservists and National Guard cats and everything. Trying to milk that, to get them years in there for their retirement and everything. And very few active duty people there. So I was like the comms chief there, and like I said, I got back into that, and so that kind of helped me with my transition, because I was in a big city. I was back stateside, and had them, family with me, and yeah, it wasn't that bad a transition. I met a lot of those guys were real estate investors. I started, hanging out with them, and learning stuff from them and everything. I had man, just had my own schedule. I mean, it was ridiculous, man. I was almost a civilian. Just something I had never experienced in the military before. I've always been, out there, what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, I got a chance to see how some of these other cats be living, these dream assignments and whatnot. And which it was great. I really enjoyed that. And man, I opened up I had a vending machine company that I opened up, man, called Ive Works. I think it was, yeah, Ive Works it was. And then at the same time, vending machines. Oh, I had this brainstorm. I thought it was a great idea at the time, man. I was on funeral detail. You see how that works, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we was actually out on site one time and everything, what I'm saying? And I was a casket bearer and everything. And there was a family out there, and they saw the whole thing. What I'm saying? I mean, it was ridiculous, bro. They stopped paying attention to their own funeral, okay? This dude over here dead, but they don't stop paying attention to him to watch us do our thing. And he started migrating over and everything, man. Was like amazed by the whole thing. And I had this brainchild, man, that, I was like, I started service and, get some of these guys, and we'll do it, get not in uniform, of course, but others, I always came up with these harebrained schemes and try to put them in effect.
For me, two things that definitely stuck out when you're in the military that you always taught was get an education while you're in. And that's something like that always stuck with me. And then the other thing was like, I remember one time you're in front of the platoon, and you're like, every weekend you guys go out and you guys get drunk. Why don't you guys go travel? We're only in Germany for such a period of time. Travel. And that's one thing I regret that I didn't really do, because I was always, weekends came and we were partying. But yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, if I knew then what I know now, yeah, I would have told y'all still probably not to travel. I would have told y'all asses to use y'all fucking VA loan and buy you a house. That's what I would have told you to do. You know what I'm saying? And do that every other year, okay? And put people in it, okay? And rent it out, and then move again and use it after. That's what I would have told y'all to do. I would have prepared y'all for financial future for after the military. I started to catch on a little bit, man. Me and remember Lieutenant Mick?
Yeah.
He was Lieutenant Mick back then and everything, man. When he came on board, he really supported me with that, man. Remember we had we reached out to Dave Ramsey. We had got those books, we had signed people up for class. We were really starting to push that, man. But if I had known that back then, I would have told y'all. I'm doing it now, and if you can do it now, do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and set yourself up for success. But yeah, education is always the way. I always push that, and I still live by that. I had a really big jacked up, after I left there as well. You know what I'm saying? I had a really bad blowout divorce. Okay. I was living in McDonough, Georgia. Okay. It's about a suburb outside of Atlanta while I was working at Fort McPherson. And so dude, I was done, pretty much. I was, starting all over from scratch. And so I ended up moving in with Sergeant Mister. He had retired, living in Augusta by that point and everything. Lived with him. So, man, pretty much had to start all over again. I was going to live in Augusta and stay there, you know what I'm saying? But, man, something kept calling me to come to Philadelphia. All right, man. So, hey, I came to Philadelphia and I saw, to visit my parents, the house I grew up in and everything, man. And now keep in mind, I haven't been home in years. You know what I'm saying? We talk on the phone, everything's fine, we fine, everybody's fine. But things weren't fine. You know what I'm saying? The house was in disarray, man. They gotten old on me. So that's when I knew I had to come back here and take care of them. So, so I came back here, man, and then I just, started redoing, remembering the basics, man, and doing what I knew that I needed to do. And I needed to make myself marketable. I had to get back on the horse, man. Sometimes, you got to get free from something. Sometimes you got to gnaw your own arm off, you know what I'm saying, just to get free and just start over from scratch, bro. So yeah, I went back to school. First I went to Lincoln Tech, man. They're big in Philly. I went to Lincoln Tech, man, and got into that cybersecurity thing. Got confidence from that, killed everything up in there. I'm in there with kids, you know what I'm saying, that I thought they were going to destroy me up in there, man. Annihilated them cats and stuff, man. Got my network plus, security plus, got every damn certificate and everything they had to offer, bro. So after that, man, I fed on that motivation and decided to go on for my master's degree in cybersecurity. And I'm telling you guys, the military paid for all of that and paid me to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Didn't use my GI Bill, bro.
Oh, you didn't?
All right. So learn them programs. I always stress with that. Learn those programs, man. I use a program called Voc Rehab. Okay, vocational rehab. Okay, that's when you want to learn a different trade or occupation. All right, if you qualify, man, they'll pay for it and they'll pay you. All right, so look into that and all your benefits. But went from there, used Voc Rehab again. Went there, got my master's degree from the University of Maryland, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then jumped on this PACER program. The Lord showed me instead of working cybersecurity, I went and got all these degrees, man. The Lord took me in a different direction and showed me this program called the PACER program, which is another government program, okay, where if you're in school, okay, you got to be working towards your bachelor's or your master's degree, all right, that fast track you straight into government service, straight into government work. Okay, so went into that, became a contract officer. All right, I work for the Defense Logistics Agency as a contract officer for the U.S. Navy. I buy F-18 parts. Okay, so dude, lo and behold, who knew? Who knew? So I'm gonna tell you, man. And like I said earlier, man, how prayer works, dude. I didn't have a car at the time, but like I said, sometimes you got to gnaw your arm off to be free of things, man. Dude, they had through the VA, they had a contest. Okay. For people, man, they was giving away a car. Craziest thing. I needed a car. They were giving away a car, man. All I had to do was write an essay. Okay. I had to compete against people, veterans in Philadelphia, Virginia, and Maryland, bro. All right, out of all of that, I don't know how many cats submitted, but I got the car. You know what I'm saying? And they paid for insurance for a year, man. I had a year of gas. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, man, when you hit that, when you're doing the right things, you're going in the right directions, man, things open up, man, and the Lord bless you. So, bro, so education, you know what I'm saying, is a big thing, and I still bump that up. I try to pump that up to my kids, man, and like I said, I'm just trying to be that example, you know what I'm saying, like, and go from there. But I think we got off track. I don't know what you had asked me. I really
that was perfect. That's right. Absolutely perfect. What I want to know now is what goals are you working on?
Well, right now, I'm into this strategy thing, man. I work from home right now. You know what I'm saying? I've been working from home now since the pandemic kicked off and everything. And, when you're in here, you start coming up with ideas. So like I said, I was, turned back to my passion and which is real estate. And I kind of fell back into that. Cause like I said, I came back here, the house was in disarray. My parents were, up in the age, steps was killing them, man. They couldn't get up and down those steps. And while I was in the midst of doing school and all that mess, and I slept downstairs, and I slept downstairs on the red couch. Okay, this is some military, just the shit I learned in the military. I slept on the red couch. Red couch, uncomfortable, man. Got spring, was in my back, kept my back fucked up all the time. But I slept on that red couch for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And, when I had partners over, people come over and everything and stuff, man. And, they be like, man, why? Why don't you move back into your old room? You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, I could have freaked it out. You know what I'm saying? Pimp my room. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because comfort, man, slows you down and you stop. I wouldn't have been able to accomplish what I was trying to accomplish in the time that I did if I got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So every day that I woke up sore, dude, I wanted off that couch. I got busy. So at first, I was going to use my VA then to buy a quadruplex, and and start my plan. As far as my real estate plan and everything. But that's when the Lord redirected me. It was like, dude, no, not no quadruplex. Get them up out of here. All right. So I ended up using my VA. I bought a ranch style home for them all, one level. All right. And I took their, the house we grew up in. All right. Rehabbed it. All right. And, got it from them for $1. Of course, wasn't going to pay no more than that. I'm putting y'all in a brand new house. Right. So, yeah, man, it was a 3-and-1. I turned it into a 2-and-2, you know what I'm saying? Kind of following this COVID trend, and rent that out. And the rent from that, the positive cash flow from that, that's cash, I give that to them for spending money. I pay the mortgage here. My girlfriend lives here and everything, so she covers the utilities. So this was like my first, I guess you would say, house hack in a sense. So my thing is now, I just been saving up, using this opportunity. I think like most people probably did. I wigged out, when the sky is falling, when COVID hit and everything, and I was kind of thrown for a loop. But after I rebound, I remembered myself and my faith, and remember what happens to punks, when they step up. I got myself together. And dude, saw the blessing in this thing instead of the, in spite of the curse, saw the blessing in it, man, and just started putting money to the side, dude, that I was saving on gas and all that other stuff, man, and just start racking it up so I can get back into the game. So now I'm to the point now where I'm about to refinance out of this, get my VA loan back again and everything, and start looking for a quadruplex to purchase, man. I got a great mentor. You need a mentor throughout life. If you want to do something, don't do it alone. All right. Find somebody that knows what they're doing and, shorten the learning curve. And I was blessed, man, to have a cousin, man, named Candace Presley, Trinity Property Advisors, man. She's like one of the biggest real estate and brokerage firms here in Philadelphia, man. And she's an investor, and, she's killing it here in the Philadelphia market and everything. So together, that's what we're doing. So that's what I'm moving forward. And my magic number, I guess, turned 50. So I'm giving myself to 55, man. So I would say holler back at me when I'm 55. I should be off of this treadmill, this hamster wheel.
Nice. So much. I'm like taking notes about everything, like the vocational rehab,
Oh, dude, it's a lot more than that, man. Bro, look up OJT while you at it. Okay, where you can be getting paid, and I'm actually doing that right now with her through her real estate firm. All right, because I want to learn real estate investing. All right, so on the job training. You know what I'm saying? She runs a realty firm. She had to be, of course, her company she had to go and get her company certified by the VA and everything to put that together. But she's certified now, man, to teach vets how to manage properties. Excuse me. To manage properties, to invest in real estate, man, how to deal with tenants. I mean, it's a whole nice little program that she's got going here, and that I'm pretty much pioneering it. And like I said, it's an OJT program. And once they get certified, you can go in there, man, you get your voucher, and dude, they will pay you to learn. You know what I'm saying? Pay you to learn, man. You know what I'm saying? How great is that? Man, you're supposed to learn anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So these programs are out there. You just got to research them and find them, you know what I'm saying? And definitely increase your financial literacy. I suggest Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Change the way I thought about everything, okay? And then from there, Richest Man in Babylon. All right. If it's a dry read if you're sitting there with the pages, man. But if you're listening to it while you're driving or in the gym, you ain't doing crap. Very, very inspirational. And oh man, what's my Napoleon Hill. I'm drawing a blank. It's on my phone. It'll come to me, man. The Richest Man in Babylon and Think and Grow Rich, and The Military Millionaire. Read those. All right. But I definitely suggest anybody, man. I mean, for very little money, if you know, and it'll give you a chance, because this is my strategy, and I suggest this to anybody, even if you don't have the VA benefit, man, just to get your credit right first, and get you about $10,000 and everything, man. If you're using FHA, it's 3.3% down, you know what I'm saying, that you put down, and do this thing right now, you know what I'm saying. Get you in a house, preferably a multifamily, quadruplex or a triplex or something like that. But if you can't, man, just a big old house, you know what I'm saying, and rent out these other rooms to it, you know what I'm saying. You know, I can see you and Irizarry and, you know, cats all living in one spot, you know what I'm saying, sharing that stuff, man. That's how you come up, you know what I'm saying. And through that rental income, bro, it'll and shit, Airbnb one of the rooms, you know what I'm saying, or whatever and stuff, man. But that income, you know, will pay for your mortgage. If you can get the right income, the right property and everything, man, and the right cash that's going to live right and abide by your rules in there, if you're living with them, then dude, imagine no more that it's covering your mortgage, it's covering all your utilities. You might even be, if you did it really good, you might even be getting a little something to go in your pocket, but you just knocked out 90% of your living expenses. All right. So, you know, and if you're still working a regular job, you stacking that shit. Well, you should be using that to knock out your bills and improving your status so you can do it again, you know, and repeat the process, you know, just a little something, you know what I'm saying?
I also wanted to know, you mentioned being 50. What is something you could just, what's knowledge that you could just spread to anyone, even if it's not military based, something you've learned being on this earth 50 years now? What would you, is there a set of words you live by, or a mantra, or something that gets you through?
Man, that's a good one. That's a good one, Carter. I'm gonna tell you, man.
You mentioned before, like, you know, you chewed your arm off to, like, and I never knew that, and that's amazing. Like, not a lot of people could straight up start over like you just did. So,
dude, that story in itself is a book. And we might have to talk offline with that to see how, you know, be just my luck. She see the shit and she want to sue me or some crazy shit. But like I say, that was a nightmare in itself. But I would say, man, I live by plan for the hope, plan for the worst, hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? And I just pray, dude. I just pray, man. I'm gonna tell you, these are insane times, man. And I'm gonna tell you, one thing I have learned in my 50 years, and I believe this, man, deep in my bones, bro. We're all the same. We're all the same, all right? We're here and we're all the same. And I'm gonna tell you, the military gives you a unique perspective, man, that everyday people out here, civilians, don't get to experience, okay? And dude, they've never been united, man, or had to come together and put their bullshit to the side, man, to achieve one common goal. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we people from all different walks of life, man. There was a guy in my basic training, man, had never spoke to a black guy before. You know what I'm saying? And was, you know, and was raised, man, you know, I mean, I won't even say raised to like dislike or hate. He just had never seen one before, even talked or he's seen one, but I never spoke with one, man. And I mean, it was awkward because he would say some crazy shit and he would try to, you know, touch my hair and all this shit, you know, but instead of getting offended, you know what I'm saying, or getting pissed off, you know what I'm saying, I saw the deficiency, man. So, hey, talk to him, you know what I'm saying? Come to find out, you know, he was short on, you know, he didn't have no PT skills and whatnot, man. And, you know, we kept getting in trouble, and, you know, because of him, you know how they punish everybody. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, when you know, and his heart thing was running. But when we all came across the line, you know, for that final PT test, you know, that one that you need to, you know, you know, we went back. You know what I'm saying? All of us. We went back and we got him. We brought him up, man. And he, you know, and he cried. You know what I'm saying, man? Because that was some amazing shit. But I'm gonna tell you, it's crazy, man. When it takes people to be united against one thing, man. Is, you know, I mean, shit. Maybe we need a fucking Independence Day, Will Smith style type shit. You know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I thought COVID would be that defining factor or something, man, that would make people want to open up their eyes. But shit, all it did was further the fucking divide us and stuff, man, because now people kind of want to stay apart. And, you know, I don't know if you, it's just crazy, man. But
a big reason why I like do this show too is because like when I saw Facebook, when you're seeing soldiers that you fought next to fighting over stuff that's out of our control, I'm just like,
it's
you
ridiculous,
know, the big motivation for me is to round us all up and kind of remind one another that we're here, you know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you, you can speak and I can speak firsthand, man. We've seen what we can accomplish, bro, when we got one common goal. When you put aside that bullshit, man, and let's get some things done and enjoy life, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't walk around mean mugging and mad all the time, man. That shit is tiring and it's draining, man. Let's create some shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's enjoy this shit. We here this long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So damn, man, I don't want to waste that being mad at you, man, and trying to figure out what's going on with you and why you this and why you that. I mean, that's why I've become pretty much a recluse, man. I just fall back and let them figure it out. But using this time wisely, you know what I'm saying? I mean, everything happens in chapters. Everything has seasons, man. You know what I'm saying? And just like this comes, this too will pass. So what are you doing, you know, when the world gets its act together and comes out of this cocoon? Where are you going to be at that point in time, man? You know, you ever might have had a favorite singer or somebody, I don't know, man, but maybe they were chubby on TV or whatever the case may be, man. And then all of a sudden they disappeared and you might have lost track of them or whatever for some years or whatever and stuff, man. And then all of a sudden, man, the new season come out, everything is new, everything's refreshed, and all of a sudden you see his ass on a new television show or a movie and he's ripped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, that's what he did in his off time when everything was down. And that's the cat you want to be. You know what I'm saying? You want to be, you know, however, whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't number, read 100 books, shit. You know what I'm saying? Do, you know, but come out better than you went into this thing, you know. But yeah, unity, man. I mean, can I get some of that? You know, that's the thing, dude. But treat each other how you want to be treated. And I mean, you can't, you do that, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, Samuel, thank you for being on this episode. I can't thank you enough. Is there anyone you'd like to call out that you'd like to see on here?
Well, man, I'm gonna tell you what, since you know, I told you my chain of command, you know what I'm saying? And since I don't think you got connects with the man above me, man, maybe you can reach out to Rev and Jester. You know, I would love to hear from them.
Yep.
Oh my good, oh man, the one of the hardest, oh my God, one of the hard, I mean, badass, man. My Black Widow, Sergeant Mac, female type, man.
Sarah McFarlane?
Weiss, yeah. Benny Hoven.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, all of them, all my guys. I mean, if you can get them all at some point in time, man, that would be awesome. I would like to, see how they are making out, and that would be cool, man. I would like to know how everybody's doing and stuff, man. I mean, I'm sorry I don't really reach out as much, and I don't do the social media thing. I don't do that, but I'm glad this when it's due, it comes around and things like this happen. So, I lean to that, man. And I thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
I can't thank you enough. Like I said before, you've been a huge mentor to me. I know a few years back, I was struggling with a leadership question, and you were right away. Like, I was like, I don't know how to do this shit. And I reached out to you. I was like, I'm reaching out to the top this time. And not even like 10 minutes later, you're like, man, you gave me guidance, and you're always going to be the man I reach out to that, like, when shit gets tough and I need, like, whether I'm right or wrong, I know,
Well, bro, hey, feel free, man. And I extend that to anybody. Reach out, man, if you just want to talk or advice or just talk about things in general. It don't even matter and stuff, man. I'm here, and that's what we should do anyway. And I forgive everybody for not being there earlier to do this. And I thank you for having a forum like this, man. Very creative, man, bro. Take this thing as far as it'll go and make it as lucrative as you can.
Awesome.
Okay.
Samuel, thank you again for being on the podcast, man.
No problem, man.
All right, man, you take care.
You too. Bye.